A 6-year-old sandy-haired youngster disappeared from the Sears Hollywood Mall between 12:30 and 1:45 on Monday afternoon and is still missing at this hour.
The true crime genre has exploded over the last several years, but its beginnings can be traced back to the early 80s. On July 27, 1981, Adam Walsh goes missing from a Sears in a Hollywood, Florida mall. Reve Walsh took her son Adam shopping with her at Sears. While going through the store, Adam saw some other boys playing the recently released Atari video game system and asked his mom if he could play too. Reve was only going to be 3 aisles away and would be able to see the top of Adam's head, so she agreed to let her son play. An argument broke out between the boys, and a 17-year-old security guard told the boys that they had to leave the mall.
When Reve came back, they refused to tell her that they had ordered Adam out of the store because they thought that there would be lawsuit problems or whatever. So Reve went, and they would not even announce Adam over the store intercom. They went, he's around somewhere, he'll find him. That's how bad it was in 81.
Despite the Walsh's pleas, the police did not take the situation seriously.
And I asked the cop, well, where's the SWAT team? Where are you looking for this boy? There wasn't anybody. He looked at me and he said, hey, cowboy, slow down here. Don't like your attitude. You know, most kids walk home or they run away. I went, this is a 6.5-year-old boy. And how could you be so arrogant as to believe that this little boy knows his way home? We live 5 miles from here. He's never walked anywhere in his life. I want a detective here. I want to talk to your boss. I'm a member of this community. I support law enforcement. I know the mayor. You should be looking for this boy. Where the hell is the cavalry?
John and Reve Walsh went to the media in hopes that it would compel police to commit more resources to find Adam.
We've invited his parents, John and Reve Walsh, to be in Channel 4 studio in the hope that their words might be heard by the person or persons who police believe abducted young Adam.
We love Adam very much, and we have no vengeance for the people that have Adam. We do not want to prosecute the people. We just want our son back.
And just in case whoever took him wants to drop him off at the mall, they left the family's car in the same spot it was Monday when Adam left it.
After news outlets ran the story, the community and the country rallied around the Walshes. Hundreds of volunteers persistently searched for Adam, despite flickering hope.
It's been a frustrating 5 days since 6-year-old Adam Walsh was last seen.
Adam is still missing.
We've searched and searched for Adam, and we haven't found a body, so everybody thinks he's alive. We do too.
As the days ticked by, John Walsh increased the reward to $100,000 and continued to appear on the news to plead for the whereabouts of his son.
Prepared to offer a substantial reward for any information leading to the safe giving up of Adam. And to any of the people out there that might be holding Adam, we are prepared to negotiate ourselves with them for a safe release of Adam.
Investigators and people watching around the country were baffled. How could a little boy go missing in the middle of the day from a crowded mall with a parking lot full of cars and the police station right across the street? 2 weeks into the search, there's a grisly discovery.
2 fishermen found the remains of Adam Walsh's skull in this canal near Vero Beach, more than 100 miles north of his Hollywood home. Positive identification was made through dental records.
I don't know who would do this to a 6-year-old child. I can't conceive of it. It's beyond the realm of reality. I just wish it had a happier ending.
Adam evidently was too good for this world. He was much greater than this world.
Adam's body has never been found. In 1983, there was a TV movie released called Adam.
They were a loving, happy family until their son disappeared.
I searched the whole mall and I can't find him.
Every parent's fear becomes the movie you must see.
The movie was watched by 38 million people, and during the commercial breaks, photos of missing children were shown.
It's too late for our Adam, but it's not too late for the thousands of children who are still out there.
A preliminary study stated that approximately 20,000 children are taken by strangers every year. The combination of the movie and the study led to a nationwide panic.
Not Jenny's dad. If she gets into that car, you may be looking at Jenny for the last time. I'm McGruff, the crime dog. 20,000 kids, one kid at a time, maybe your kid, on your street.
There was another Pulitzer Prize-winning study that was conducted that debunked the first study and said that the number of children abducted by strangers per year was closer to 70, and reiterated that the vast majority of abducted children know their abductor. Police lacked any evidence that could connect the suspect to the murder. However, over 2 years later, in October of 1983, Otis Toole confessed to the murder of Adam Walsh while he was imprisoned for 2 unrelated murders. He was a drifter and violent pedophile from Jacksonville, Florida. Toole roamed the Southeast and left a trail of crimes and bodies wherever he went. He was an associate of a known serial killer named Henry Lee Lucas. Both were known to sensationalize and exaggerate their crimes in order to toy with the police and be in the spotlight. They falsely confessed to numerous crimes.
How many crimes have you confessed to, Otis?
I don't know. I ain't counting.
More than 125?
I don't know.
I see you smiling.
When Toole confessed to the murder of Adam, Henry Lee Lucas backed him up on the claim, saying he had possession of Adam's head at one point. Very shortly after both men made their confessions, they recanted. Investigators in the case announced they had lost Toole's impounded car and machete, the potential murder weapon. There were no witnesses and no physical evidence to connect Toole to the murder. 27 years went by, and on December 16, 2008, despite the lack of evidence in the case, an announcement was made.
It is our determination and conclusion that Otis Toole was the abductor and murderer of Adam Walsh.
For 27 years, we've been asking, who could take a 6-year-old boy and murder him and decapitate him? Who? We needed to know. We needed to know. And today we know. The not knowing has been a torture, but that journey's over. And a lot of horrible memories in this police department, looking for that little boy. And now I think it's only fitting that it ends here in this police department. And Reve and I have had some very, very rough and rocky times. But you always never lost focus of who the real victim was. You never lost focus. You never didn't drive this train, Reve. That little boy was the real victim.
Even with the lack of proof and mistakes made in the investigation, the Walshes are content with the decision to close the case. As the years go by, there is doubt cast on who really murdered Adam, which gave rise to an intriguing theory. In the summer of 1981, Jeffrey Dahmer was living in Sunny Isles, Florida, just a few miles away from the Hollywood Mall. Dahmer had committed at least one murder by that time. Dahmer was working at a sandwich shop and had access to the shop's van. Also, while Dahmer was living in Florida, there was an attempted kidnapping at a mall in Palm Beach. Similar to Adam Walsh, the boy was playing a video game in a store at the mall when the attempted kidnapping occurred. When the police sketch was released, it bore striking resemblance to photos of Dahmer during that time period. When Dahmer was arrested, he was asked about the Walsh murder, but denied any involvement. But Dahmer had a good reason to deny any knowledge of the crime. He was extremely afraid to get the death penalty, and during that time, Dahmer would have gotten the electric chair if he confessed. Though law enforcement closed the case, questions continued to linger. John and Reve Walsh would go on to become co-founders of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And in 1988, John Walsh would launch the TV show America's Most Wanted. To this day, John and Reve Walsh continue to fight for America's children in honor of the memory of their beloved son, Adam.